Hey everyone, and welcome to the stream. I'm Aaron, better known on Board Game Arena as webberaj. If you're new to the stream or you're catching this video on YouTube for the first time and you're not super familiar with the format, this is Open Table. So tonight we're playing an all-player commentary stream of Terra Mystica. We're doing it on training mode, so no ELO is won or lost. The purpose of the stream is basically it's me versus three other strong and expert level players from the BGA community. We're playing more or less a normal game of Terra Mystica. The only difference is we're playing effectively open hand. So we're going to talk strategy openly, even if it means pointing out things in our own decision making or pointing out things in other people's games that might actually cause us to lose. The goal of the game isn't for us to win so much as it's just to sort of talk openly, share strategy, that kind of thing, and hopefully as you're watching it can just give you a bit of insight into sort of how expert players play and sort of what our thought processes are throughout the game. Today's game is going to be on the Lakes map with landscape. So if you're familiar with last arena season, this is basically those settings, variable turn order, auction, all that kind of stuff is just super normal. So let me just introduce the players that we have today. So we've got haydeezz, who's joining us from India. We really appreciate having on. I think it's 4 a.m. or something where he is, so he might fall asleep halfway through the stream, hopefully not. We've got Chickens from the USA joining, and we've also got Deranged. I realize I have that messed up. I have your player name as USA from the country of Deranged, so apologies, folks. I think you get what I'm trying to get at, though. Anyhow, welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, good to be here. Should be a fun one.
Awesome. As per usual throughout the stream in chat, if you can let me know levels, mine versus the rest of the players. Obviously, this is a new stream overlay that I put some effort into building. I also had to build out a lot of the sort of the back end kind of audio stuff again. So just let me know how my levels are in comparison to the other players and whether any of the people in the Discord need to go sort of up or down respective to one another. That would be super helpful. Cool. So without further ado, let's jump over to the game board. We can start this game, and we can break down the setup. Drain's just waiting on you to accept. Cool. Cool. While haydeezz is sort of looking at the factions here, Chickens, do you want to start us off just by sort of breaking down the setup? Let us know what you see here, what factions you might sort of consider.
Well, first thing is past tiles I take a look at. I see no big building, no ship scoring, and no priest.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the only thing that tells me is alchemist gets a lot worse.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not sure if we've talked about how I pick factions before, but I'm still up for anything that looks terrible, even with it. So I usually do my random factions anyway. So I have a hard time assessing what's going on until after the factions are in and we're starting the auction. But it does look like fire and earth rewards early seem like cultists could be pretty strong, especially on this map. Nobody really hits the track super hard in the first few rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe engineers later if they get in with dwellings in round 4, big buildings in round 5, trading posts in round 6. That seems great for them.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's about all I've got.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're not. Would you say you kind of like struggle in auction a little bit? Is that what I'm picking up? That auction's not really your strong suit in terms of like knowing what's good.
I just I have trouble figuring out what's good before I see all 4 factions.
I see. Yep, fair enough. That's fair.
I think I'll just go with cultists.
Okay. Now, I'm of the opinion it doesn't really matter what we put in, and auctions will fix anything. So, does anybody see something they would like me to put in? Otherwise, I'm just going to pick something completely random.
Go for it.
Anything that makes cultists worse is fine by me, because I think cultists are going to be the runaway best faction if they're allowed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And then we can bid them down from there, but let's just try random. Somebody else will take it down, I think. Let's see. 2, what does that give us? Witches? Ooh, terrible witches game. Okay. I mean, well, let's see if we can get a 0-point cultist game. One of those every once in a while seems like it could be fun. So, for those who don't know, on this map especially, green factions have a ton of trouble. It's very hard to make towns and connect and expand. Every once in a while, you get an okay setup for it, but it can get very hairy very quickly for any green factions.
Right.
That's true.
What am I picking here? I'm trying to determine. I also put a lot of focus just myself in terms of what the pass tiles are and how I think they're going to break. Most often, fourth seat's just going to pick up the spade. Sometimes with big building bonuses like is in, they might take that and spade goes up to third seat or whatever. But most of the time, spade's gone. Second seat or third seat probably just gets worker power there, or maybe temp ship, which is actually pretty good for a few factions here. Thinking like possibly nomads here. It's not a bad nomads track. The cult rewards kind of line up with the bump that they get. They are fire and earth bumps. Actually, yeah, same as cultists.
For that, you have to sure that you're getting to 4 on earth on round 1.
Say that again, haydeezz. I couldn't make that out.
What I said was if you want to take the advantage of the cults from nomads, you have to make sure you get to 4 on earth on round 1.
For nomads, yeah.
Yeah.
So here that means a priest action or Earth 2 with a cult step. Probably just a priest action is the really only decent way.
Unless double dig comes to them, then they probably just like ignore the earth step and yeah, try to just get a priest of fire or some later earth coins. Like you might not catch this, but yeah, I think like with worker power, you might try to, I don't know, you have always have a decent shot of getting double dig if you're the one that starts on worker power.
Yeah, and on this map, nomads really like that stronghold early. Just competing for hexes is so important.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's a little bit of a tough track with if you go temple round 1, stronghold round 2 seems a lot less likely, but necessary. And then if not, like my normal opening with nomads on this map would just be stronghold round 1. And that doesn't seem to line up very well, so it's going to be a little shaky with hitting the track early with nomads.
Oh, now we have sandwich. Okay, this is an ugly color wheel because we have sandwich cultists. So sort of one of the best factions on the map, or possibly the best, is sandwiched. And then people tend to not like playing green factions on this map, yet they have the whole other end of the color wheel to themselves. So this is going to make for some interesting bidding.
My first thought is all the factions are even. That's how bad witches are. That's how good cultists are.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping for something like that, basically. Like, I don't like it when the correct move is to bid someone down to 0. Like, I kind of hate games like that, and I try to avoid it when I can. So my thought is basically, like, anything that weakens cultists is good, and anything that hurts witches is bad.
Right.
In that sense, right? Because, like, witches are the worst faction on this map, or, like, Orin is the worst faction on this map. So, like, this way, I won't feel like I got destroyed in the auction very easily. Whereas, like, you know, like the uglier, like, so you might say this is an ugly color wheel, but I actually don't feel like it's that ugly because this actually is like kind of an even matchup. Cultists might be the worst faction, but they won't be the worst by like more than 10 points, right? Like I don't think there's any way anyone's worse than 10 points worse than, or cultists are 10 points worse than like everyone else. I do think Darklings are probably the best. They're just a generically strong faction, and they do absolutely fine with color neighbors. Maybe even better than cultists.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a real hard time figuring out which one's best here.
Although I feel that Darklings have a hard time with brown on this map. They can do well with blue. They can't do well with brown.
Darklings?
Yeah.
Yeah, the normal strategy for Darklings is to go double west, so like B4, E3.
Yeah.
But here, there's no guarantee you get neighbors, so you might not be able to. You might not be able to make that northern one into a town. So it gets a little, or it might be very expensive making a town. It gets very tricky. And that usually does well at dealing with brown, because brown just takes the east, you take the west, and you're happy. But here, doesn't seem so easy. I'm going to make the crazy play, and I'm going to go on the green faction, even though I don't think I played any games of the entire last season, or the entire arena season on green. Just because of how bad they were.
So, like, you're leaving cultists at 30?
I think everything's pretty close. I don't see anything here that would lead me to believe that cultists are going to have a very good game. It seems like they're going to be fighting a lot for hexes.
Yeah, I don't...
Nomads and Darklings seem safe.
Yeah, like, one of these situations where, like, it's going to be kind of hard to, like, spade your way into anything good as cultists in this game with 2 color neighbors.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you'll want to place close to your opponents, right? So you'll probably want to place, like, so it'll be hard to get spades, right? Because, like, if you're a cultist, then you'll want to place near your opponents. Your opponents are going to be yellow and black. So, like, a single spade is unlikely to get you a hex. So in this case, you often want to ship early, but then there's no shipping VP tile. So that's kind of tough for cultists in this color sandwich. I think Darklings are good because they're bothered, like, they can dig more easily than others, and because of the round 2 Sanctuary event, followed by the round 3 Spades event. So I think that those are all good things for Darklings. I think that I'm willing to put Darklings at, like, 20 or so, and then I'll take a look more at, like, Witches and Nomads. Just because, like, I know Darklings, so, like, I don't think that Darklings are going to be, like, a poor choice here.
My worry about Darklings here is they might not connect, or they, like, it depends on their starting. Like, are you planning to start double west with them, or you have something else in mind?
My thought was just go double west and figure it out afterward. I'm used to seeing cultists on that E5 round hex, so that's a neighbor. And there's no way that nomads are not on D4, right? Like, it would be kind of insane not to be on D4 for nomads. So, like, you have a neighbor. There's almost no way that cultists are taking A4 from you. And, like, depending on where witches start, you might be able to temp ship your way onto C2, that green hex. And if that's the case, right, then, like, you're connected. Trivially off of one ship, which is...
Right, yeah, I was thinking B4 and F7 maybe. And just accept that you're not connecting this game, but you get a bunch of neighbors with witches. So I think they're both interesting lines.
F7 is that black over near... Yeah, well, I mean, you place 4th as Darklings, right? Like, witches first dwelling is probably going on, what is it?
G3?
D6?
Oh, D6? Right.
Oh, I was putting mine on G3. I didn't see...
Zikov mentioned in chat that he really likes the 2-ship strat, so I don't know what
Yeah, so the plan with witches here is, I think the ideal turn 1 is witches get temp ship, they priest action, and they start on G3 or D6 or somewhere, and they upgrade ship and they take 3 greens.
How do you see the past tiles going here?
Should take spade, worker power, temp ship, and then cult coins or coins, depending on how long or short your round is. Probably cult coins for cultists.
With Darklings, I'm not sure if they're going spade or 3-power worker.
Why would they not take a spade? I just, like, isn't that just
the round 1 seems very clean if they have 3-power worker. They can just temple, dig 1 hex, and then they get 7 coins next round, and they can take...
but if they take a spade, they just need the worker action. They can end temple, fire 1 and 2 dwellings.
Yeah, so 3-power worker is if you're afraid of the worker action being taken. It's probably not, but maybe cultists go double temple this game.
I guess.
So you might.
You might. No, that's true. So. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just hate giving a spade to... As Darklings, and I don't know this is right, I am very, like, I have rules in Terra Mystica that I just have a hard time breaking. Unless I'm trying to go Sanctuary round 1 as Darklings, and I'll do anything that I need to, like Worker Power, Priest to Worker, all that kind of stuff. But if I'm not opening Sanctuary, then I'm pretty much like see spade, take spade.
Yeah, that seems completely
because I really don't want to give Nomads a spade Basically, that's
Right.
the argument, and that's yeah.
And then it depends. Well, what do nomads want if Darklings take the spade?
Well, I
Would they
think-
rather have the 3-power worker or the shipping? I think they should go 3-power worker. And
I think so.
Fight for the double dig.
I think they get double
There's a
dig.
good chance.
Because witches are probably, again, with this kind of like with you giving them temp ship, you kind of expect a sort of ship strat. So they're more have to use their power on like a priest and coins and that kind of stuff. So I don't really think there's much pressure on double dig. I don't know that witches take any spades in round 1. I think cultists and darklings fight over workers, and if cultists lose that battle, I think they settle for a single spade.
My thought was if cultists can somehow get enough power after upgrading to a TP and getting people to upgrade next to them for the double dig. So it's probably between cultists and nomads.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and
how bad is being sandwiched?
I think pretty bad, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's Lake's cultists at 30. I mean, they're in first seat, so they get lots of power, but they're starting with cult coins. They're not getting like, it's not like the 2-worker pass tile was also in, then they'd be getting like temp ship or worker power and being in first seat. Like, they're getting cult coins in first seat. That's not over, like, yeah. I also think with cultists, I realize I'm sort of going on a bit of a tangent here, but one thing I, like, not answering your question directly, but one thing I'm not aware of with cultists is, like, obviously what they want to do in round 1 is, like, go up the Earth track. Maybe they even take Earth 2 or something to, like, get up to as high as they can. But, like, it's not clear where they would put those, where they're going to put their spade. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, I love running up the Earth track. Like, if these 2 events were switched, like if those 2 Earth events were switched, or if the round 1 and round 2 events were switched, it would be very clear what to do with cultists. Like, which you just race up like the track that gives you workers or coins. But because the first round is spades, it's not as obvious.
Right. And this is me picking them because I don't, not because I see a good plan, but because are usually
they're just too good not to.
Yeah. So I think my assessment is that everybody is close in the auction, but obviously it could go way wrong depending on how these first couple rounds go. Now I have the big decision of do I place on D5 or B5. That's probably like 1 west, and then G4 and F6. I'm having a hard time deciding where these 2 dwellings go.
I think you always go D5. There's just a ton of leech there. Darklings are taking E4, or Nomads are going to take it with a stronghold at some point. C3 is getting taken. Like,
I also kind of feel like if you don't start on D5, then Nomads just win. I might be wrong about that, but like basically like when I'm doing my bidding, right, like I'm assuming that everyone's going to play like that in a way that kind of both benefits themselves, gets leech, and gets in each other's way, right? Yep. But if cultists vacate D5, then I think Nomads just get a sanctuary town there and kind of just win. I don't know. I don't know if that's
true. My trouble there is about Nomad starting. So they're going D4.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably they're going, and then they're taking either G6, D7, or F4. They're taking 2 of those. Although they might actually go up north also, so maybe not. But I'm worried if they start D4 and F4, and I'm cultist, that they beat me to G4. And if they beat me to G4, then there's a good chance that's a stranded temple on D5, which is probably fine. But
yeah, I mean, I was just assuming that you would strand your temple there because like I think that generally it's okay for cultists.
But I think chickens, you mean stranded outside of your network.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I don't really know witches very well on this map. I mean, this is probably, a fairly friendly setup for them, at least in terms of color neighbors. So it's probably a decent start for me. I think I'm just going D6 here. It's super unclear where my second dwelling goes. I'll just get some leech here.
Do I have to go on D4? Is it like I have to do it, or can I just skip it?
You don't have to.
No, D4 actually might be much riskier here as compared to most setups because you don't have a clear connection.
If someone digs away that blue hex, then you're just not connected.
If witches started G3, then I would much prefer F4 for nomads. But here,
Yeah.
What if I take, like, I can take C3. Right. No one can stop me from taking C3.
Right.
What was that?
Cultists would have to invest a lot to dig away C3 early.
Sometimes cultists will double dig C3 if they get double dig, just because it makes, like, they can make a town around there, but then it's kind of awkward, because, like, usually it's okay if gray's in, but yeah, I don't think there's a ton of pressure on C3.
I think I'll just put it on G6 and see what everyone else does, because I have to put G6.
Right.
And yeah.
And then wherever Darklings go, you should be like now you can consider A5 if you were going a stronghold start, but without the stronghold start, it's a lot scarier. So,
If I do not build next to Darklings, they do not have any neighborhood.
and that also.
And
Which
green
means
and-
they would start with the spade and first action take E4.
Where do cultists go from here? Do they go for B5 or do they go for F6?
Probably F6. I don't know.
Ugh.
It's-
Alright.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, this is
I cannot miss that spot, right?
this is tricky. I really want F6 because if I don't take F6, then nomads just get to take all of it over there. But if I don't go B5, Darklings get to take up the entire north too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't block everyone.
yeah, it's
So
a question
Sorry, go ahead.
for no. Oh, I was gonna say it's a question for nomads. Like, I have to place before they place their third dwelling, and it really affects. Okay, that really wants me to place in the east now. Now I'm even considering E8.
E8.
But
It's an
I don't think
invitation.
I can connect after that.
Oh, but it's so nice.
So this might be like an interesting question, but how much are we fighting for connection here? I think nomads are like number one with connection, even if they strand that D4 dwelling, right? Like, we kind of agree on that. There's no way anyone's beating, or I guess like witches on nomads are going to be first and second.
I think so, because I think I'm probably opening trading post 4 dwellings into a stronghold. Like, I'm planning on just playing like, I don't know, pretty economic witches, but it's nomads, right? Nomads are hard to
Witches
beat.
can just double dig that gray and that blue, right? And then they can build like a bunch of dwelling. No one's putting pressure on green hexes, so they'll be able to connect. So like witches.
Also take time shift. Not necessary. It is not guaranteed that witches are getting the shift time, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm very happy with
So-
worker power.
So
I think I have to go. I go E7 here because like,
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
Yeah. So I was placing B5 to try to guarantee the town spot, but if nomads start A7, obviously that plan is much worse. I was thinking sanctuary town with A7, B5, C5, and a bridge, but if they do start A7, that means I have a chance at beating them to D7. Probably not a great chance, but a chance, which means I can get to the east and make that town over there. Or much more likely, I can get F4, G4, and at least get it some space. But yeah, this nomads going A7 definitely cramps. I might not be able to form a town anytime soon.
Yeah, that's
So-
one of the problems of cultists when you have ugly color situations is just your inability to close cults, because you just will
So
be
the
short
other-
town keys.
The other option would be to go F4, right?
So how much?
Yeah.
But like F4 has nothing. Like no one's coming near F4, or maybe
Witches
just
will
do-
join you on G3.
Right. But not if I take the shift time, right?
Even then, they could dig F5 pretty quickly in order to
Oh, I'll
secure.
be there round 2 after I build a stronghold, probably. Well, I don't know where a stronghold's going. I don't have any neighbors, but presumably I'm coming to G3 as quickly as I can. Well,
I think I'll go on E7 and see what happens.
All right.
All right.
Definitely puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah.
All right. So just a note to the viewers that we are going to try to play a little bit faster, just because I know Deranged has sort of like a hard stop at 8:30 Eastern time, which is in under 2 hours. So we'll try to wrap up like even a little before then, just in case you notice us sort of like starting to speed up a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, where thinks that cultists at B5 can't be correct. I actually think that B5 is very arguably correct because that prevents Darklings from getting east at all. That like secures all the eastern blacks to yourself. So I think that that is correct. So I think that that's a good play. For my part, I'm debating obviously pretty much between Spade and Worker Power. Spade becomes pretty bad if I don't get 2 workers, and I'm just thinking like there's a good chance that cultists will want the 2 workers, right, in this game, because like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, hey, double temple looks pretty attractive for cultists. Nomads aren't on that eastern yellow that cuts off cultists like route to form. You know, we were talking about E8, right? Cultists can form that town still because they can ship to D5, C5 the black, and then they can cut through D7 that yellow, and then they can get over there and form that town. So based on that, I think that cultist double temple is not bad. So they might want the workers, but they won't be they'll be taking probably cult coins with their they won't start on a power tile. So I can try to secure the workers' first action as long as I get leech. So I'm going to take the Spade. So that's my logic there. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
My priority in round 1 is to grab the workers' action if I can.
Right. I don't know. I play a lot of cultists. Played a lot of cultists, obviously, on Awakes last season. I don't really know what my open would be. I'm just taking Worker Power here because it's just good. I'll be interested to see what you do here, Chickens. Is like if you double Temple and maybe you even go Earth 1, Earth 2, and you have 2 Cult Spades coming in. Where are those spades going? Like, you can E4 to Brown, I guess, and hope you pass ahead of someone so you can secure it. Or something. Like that's one tricky thing here with cultists is it's like I don't know what you do with your round 1 cult spade.
Well, with Darkling starting on the priest, the thing is I don't think I'm gonna have a choice between A6 or E4. I think I think Darklings are taking both of them.
Yeah.
So, the question is there a way to deny Darklings the leech for the 2 workers? Because that actually is a very important deal. Like, if they don't get that, then I probably keep one of the hexes open. So I think that means I upgrade here and hope that Nomads don't give them the leech, but obviously they can. It doesn't really hurt them.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what my opening's going to be as of now, but I will have to reassess when power actions start coming back around.
My assumption is my thought for you, Chickens. I think if I was in your situation, is I would take a priest pretty quickly and then use my Earth Spade on F4 and count that as a huge blessing that Nomads gave that to you. That's my path. I don't know what else you do, but like end the round with 1 shipping and 1 Earth Spade,
which is not getting the ship tile. The priest action is much less contested.
Yep.
So feels like I might be able to get away with it. Now here, the question becomes, can I get away? Can I do... I'm thinking about cult stepping here and getting double spade, and I'm trying to figure out how good that is.
What hex are you taking with it?
Yeah, exactly. So ideally it'd be E4, but I think you're going there right now, or when it's your turn.
Well, I will just say that I'm not convinced that E4 is correct for me. Like, playing... So, like, if you take away A5, A6, right? That... Well, I guess Nomads probably cut you off on A5 anyway, so it's not very good for you to take A6.
I don't think they can get to A5 faster. If I take A6, they can't get to A5.
Well, I mean, you don't have another spade. Then they just take the single spade on the red, right? And then...
Oh, right, they have temp ship.
I'm not talking about...
Yeah, I forgot they had temp ship, so they could, but they
Yeah.
also want to secure D7. And taking A6 does secure a town spot, but it is a waste of a lot of spades because C5 is
Yeah.
not under contention.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
I think securing this double spade is never a bad idea in round one. So I'm interested in seeing like what you choose to do there too.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go for the double spade line. I'm not entirely sure if it's correct, but
That's very clever.
That's pretty annoying.
yeah.
I don't really know. My plan here was people in chat are saying, "What's my plan to get a stronghold out next round?" I'm kind of tempted just to build a stronghold right now, but that doesn't hit the track very well. I was going to try to double dig, probably C4, I guess, just because it's more leech, and then E6, and maybe hope nomads were going to use their spade on F6 to D7 as opposed to C3 to A5. It's kind of a bad hope, but that was kind of all I had. And then probably just like temple for fire 1 to justify an expensive Tfy if I had to do that. It's kind of my plan, but now without double dig, I can't do anything to stall other than taking a power action. I could just buy a priest and send it to Earth and then take Earth 1, but that kind of seems...
It's a little underwhelming. But
it's a little underwhelming because I'm just like Earth 1, 2 dwelling and a cult spade coming in at the end of the round. I mean, it's not terrible.
Which is also, the spade is also not guaranteed because Darklings might put the priest there.
Absolutely, and then it's a priest to fire 1, and like, I mean, I need a yeah, Earth 1 just seems like all kinds of bad here.
George Shortwell is saying that Earth 1 seems all kinds of bad. I kind of agree with that. I don't know. I feel like in a game like this, like, I mean, you don't have color neighbors, so it's not like as imperative for you to go for economy, but just like that type of start just feels kind of underwhelming. I don't know for sure though.
So my options here that I see are single spade on E6 or C4, temple for fire 1. And I say fire 1 just because it looks like I might need to build an expensive trading post at some point. I want a stronghold in next round. It matches the cult rewards. It doesn't match the past tiles very well, so that's kind of annoying. Or just building a stronghold. And ending stronghold 2 dwellings. But then building a stronghold, do I still take a priest and try to get it to fire? It's too many options.
I just take whatever you don't take.
Clear. Yeah. Concise summation, Hades.
Hey, if the game's ugly for everyone, then I should at least win some cults and be happy. So that's good enough for my game.
Yeah, agreed.
And this round 1 is one of the ugliest I've seen for everybody. This is great.
I think it's good for you. It's good for you that you got the double dig, or like that you at least have control of the double dig.
Yeah, but as you guys have been pointing out, it's really hard to make good use of it.
Yep, that's true.
So.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you have the leech, so like at this point, you can now take the priest and up your ships or whatever, and then you could open next round with the double dig, right?
Yeah. So that's
just because the leech position is so enviable.
Yeah, taking a priest, either getting it to, or probably upgrading ships, but
yeah, I think upgrading gigs is better than putting it to Earth.
There's a potential to 5-power priest.
Can I just take a priest and read my ships? Is that bad?
And then go 2 ship? Yeah, actually that seems pretty strong. I mean, the issue is that the West is not connected for you currently, and it might never be. So like if you go 2 ship, then like you would want to build F2, right? But is F2 good for you? Like, is it good for you to like spread your network out there? I don't know.
If he gets F2, well, the question is if he gets F4 or not to connect. So he does need. He needs a few hexes to go his way in order to connect, and Cultist being right threatening F4 for a while, it's very hard to eventually connect. I'm not sure about shipping, but could be good. This is... There's too many things for everybody that just seem close, but not good enough.
Yeah.
But getting 2 ship and then going to C8, like D7, C8 for nomads, does seem viable here.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not helping much. I think I'll just take C3.
Okay.
Oh, I can put a landscape there too.
Oh, this is a
Oh, nice.
landscape game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta remind myself what all the landscapes do. So Darklings doesn't
All
do
of ours
anything,
doesn't do nothing.
Yeah.
We all have a
Oh,
random
you can
structure.
skip Pulse later. That's right.
Yeah, which I will never do.
Yeah. So at this point, it becomes clear that I should be spading E4, because like even if cultists, like I'm no longer getting a town in the north, right? So like that structure is useless to me. And I don't have to block cultists either because I will block cultists. So at this point, I'm just going to take E4.
Yeah.
Now, I think this gives me enough to take the priest, upgrade ship, and get double dig.
Yes.
Because I'm not sure if Weber can get the power to take double dig.
That's right. That's right.
You might be right. Unless Weber flies to...
Unless he flies to...
Flies to
Well,
where? To C2?
C2.
Yeah.
It's probably your only
I'm not
way.
convinced it's good or anything, but yeah. I'm not saying it's good, but that's the way.
I'm gonna buy the priest. Priest seems like it can
Sorry,
contest
Haydeezz,
that.
I didn't quite catch what you said there.
I don't really want a dwelling on C2. I don't think.
That's a question if you are fighting for network this game or not.
Yeah,
Because
yes, I'm fighting for network this game. I'm also getting double dig next round.
Right, so if you fly to C2, there's a good chance you never connect because Darklings do want to take F3. And that's your connection hex.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's gonna be very difficult to connect if you do fly out west. But usually in witches you're not competing for network in this game or in this map, so flying out west and just trying to get an extra town spot would be completely legitimate. But
It was kind of a bad spot for me, with cultists taking that yellow hex. Like, sending the priest to Earth doesn't get me much, right? Because, like, where does my cult spade go? It doesn't go anywhere useful. Sending to fire might be good. Gets me 2 workers later, but whatever.
I mean,
cultists are going to use their priest to upgrade shipping, so I think I'm just going to start building my temple.
I think you just build a temple right there, is obviously the best spot, and then I think you just dig A6, right? I think I probably don't take C2, and B4 is still part of your network, and I think I just use that priest to get down another dwelling. Like, I think you just temple for...
And just, like, build the worker economy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an extra worker in round 1 for Darklings is just, like, really nice. Alright, I'm passing here.
My thought is that, like, you're already passing for the coins, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
This round's gonna be long, and I don't have any reach, so...
I mean, you're getting 3 this round.
Coins.
Yeah, that's what fire...
3 reach this round.
Fire 1?
But...
4. I'm gonna build on F4
4
this round.
cultists are also coming, but after that, my coin situation will be very rough. I'll temple for fire 1, and then... I often like taking Earth 2 in these games where there's Earth coins.
Well...
Now, I wouldn't get any points off of that because cultists are going to win the Earth track.
I think I like Earth 2 deranged, if I can just jump in for a second. Like, Earth 2 looks really good if you're planning on building trading posts earlier, because it just allowed you to build up more and still have a worker economy, but we're not building trading posts till late, and round 3 is a dig round, which basically means a dwelling round, and round 4 is a dwelling round. Like, round 3 and 4, you're just, like, digging, dwelling, digging, dwelling, digging, dwelling, probably trying to sneak a temple in there.
Yeah.
So I think your worker economy is pretty good.
Fire one. Yeah, I think I need fire one this game.
I think the two options... Sorry, go ahead, guys.
I was gonna say, plus it literally might come down to, do you have enough coins for Sanctuary next round? And
yeah, so the reason why I mentioned this is because I'm not sure that I want to dig out my second dwelling here, because it might just be that, like I would rather have the 2 coins, and then I like take worker power or something, right, to supplement my income or whatever.
I think you can dig it down if you go fire 1.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm definitely taking fire 1 at this point.
So I think you can build A6 and still safely Sanctuary next round.
You just need 2 coins.
So another thought, right, is like, this is clearly, I mean, I'm not going to win this game unless I make at least 2 towns, but it might be nice to try for 3. Putting a dwelling down at A6 does nothing except generate worker income. But if I send my priest to, and it spends 2 coins as well, right? But if I just send my priest to fire, then I lock up 2 workers coming into the next round. So like, do I actually need to put that worker down? Like that dwelling down. Like that dwelling doesn't help me form a town. So like, it's solely an economic play if I put it there. But
Yeah.
but I think that sending it to fire might just be better here. Even though, like, you know,
George is saying a priest of fire here seems like a no-brainer. I think that's reasonable. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have just gotten the worker economy through dwelling. I think is so important. I think it's reasonable just to send it to fire for 2 workers.
Yeah, and then I don't need to rely on any power actions next round or like leech or anything. But what do you guys think of that? I mean, I don't know if that's correct logic.
I mean, some people are saying you'll get priest of fire next round.
Oh, because I could pass first. I don't know. I mean, haydeezz could be passing here, right? Is haydeezz passing here? I guess I'll find out, right? But,
I really wanted to put a temple on D5, but I think haydeezz could take the double dig, and he might. So I really wanted Earth 1 before doing this, but I don't think I can. So I don't see.
You forget about landscapes again?
I could have put landscape on F4.
No.
That was supposed to be a landscape.
Why would you put a landscape there? Just the worker production is so much better.
No, because I still get to build 2 dwellings.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, landscape there was much better.
Yeah.
I did forget about
I've done that many times before, actually, with temp ship, and then like I dig down that hex and I put a landscape, and I dig the black and I put down like dwellings there. So like that's actually my usual go-to. It's funny because you were just saying like, oh, I forgot about landscapes, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I do like having the spots open for dwelling, so I can actually build it out. But here, it does. It was just an extra 2 points if I put down that first, because nomads. I don't know if they have anything better than passing here. I can't see anything.
The other thing, of course, is like the landscape can't be upgraded, so like it's fine to leave it in a non-town spot, right? But like,
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
For the dwelling bonus. Correct me if I'm wrong, haydeezz, but I assume. Correct me if I'm wrong, haydeezz, but I assume your game plan next round is you're expecting the power to take a coins action from cultists, which is why you didn't take worker power. You're opening with a coins action, building a stronghold, and getting down another dwelling and passing for 3 points. Is that kind of your round? Priest or something?
I don't think I can make the stronghold because I'll be short on workers. But
you're short on workers.
I'll go for the sanctuary.
Interesting. Okay.
Which means you probably have to get your stronghold in round 5. Because, well, no, I don't think you'll have this where... If you don't get your stronghold early, your C3 and D4 is probably stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I liked for you worker power, open with a coins action, because you know I'm taking double dig, building a stronghold. I mean, you're out of workers at that point, so it's a little awkward, but yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out here. Well, I guess I have no single big spots anyway, right? Like the only single big spot I would have is if I temp shift and I took like one of the 2 brown hexes available to me. Like it's not clear what my priest will be used for. So digging down that dwelling might not be that attractive. So worker power is just the best income. This lets me take a power action if I need to.
And Chickens just gets to casually pass onto a spade after this pretty ridiculous opening.
I think Chicken has won this game. I think that cult step like just basically won him the game.
All this leech, yeah. So starting with cult coins is a lot more palatable when you actually need those coins for shipping, and then you're just able to like stall for priest and to double. Like this whole sequence, Chickens is just like so strong.
Yeah, just the fact that I was
priest double dig. Earth 1, like it's just it was Earth 1, right? Yeah. Does kind of seem like the winner might be decided already. I mean, like nothing.
Oh my gosh.
For witches yet, but.
So I'm just taking double dig here. I'm gonna take e6 because I really want a neighbor, and then I think I take h6 and whichever one I build on. Well, yeah, I assume cultists will probably just build on one of them first.
I am a little coin tight, and I have a spade I need to use, so I do. There's a good chance that I don't build on G4 for a while.
Right.
So I think I want to get east with my spade, is what I think, like D8.
I'll just put my to earth. Because I don't think there is any. I can take the coins, but I don't think I need them as of now.
I like what you're saying. Oh, beautiful.
That's
well
a little.
Said.
All right.
That's what I wanted to do.
I'm back on Team Darklings.
I'm looking. It is looking a little better for me now. I think I might just hold on to this priest, leave it in hand.
Why not just dig down a dwelling? Just like stronghold,
again,
just sanctuary for Earth 1 and A6. Just get a worker out.
A6.
Yeah.
It's probably so like unappealing to put it there. I don't know.
Why? I mean, it messes with nomads a bit. It's like it's just another. Yeah, it's just worker production. I don't know. I think that's pretty good.
So next round is the dig round, right? And like, I want my digs to go in like kind of good spots for me. Like, I mean, I see your point, right? Like, it's not terrible, but then I'm thinking if I cast like, so for example, right? Like right now I have 5 worker income. Next round I'm only building dwellings. I'm not building trading posts, right? Like, I will have lots of worker income at that point. And then, so like, I don't think I need the worker income is kind of my point, right? I sent this priest to fire already. Ooh, spicy. Why that dig?
I could take it.
Yeah. So
you need that hex though? I guess you eventually need hexes to make towns, so that makes sense. Yeah, okay, well I'm taking Earth 1, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, if he gives me F6, he's probably still fine going down south, but it is scarier. With witches eventually wanting to take H7, he might be denied a town spot if he didn't take H6 or F6. So,
yeah.
I think it makes sense, haydeezz.
Makes sense, yeah.
I guess we just go over here. Nothing is under threat. Can still get my priest. Don't want to put my landscape down.
Yeah, I think that was the right play. Because you also want to build near neighbors. Now you guys get to feed each other leech.
Yep. Now Earth or Fire, finally, is the choice.
Oh, if your worker econ is like on fire already, I think that you want to put it on Earth. But it's not clear to me. Like maybe you want to like lock up fire or something. But like I think that Earth makes more sense for your economy.
I think I'd like to lock up Earth. I think people are going to fight much more on that.
That's true. It's not like I'm going to be sending a bunch of Breach of Fire to get that sweet, sweet 8 power income.
Yeah, exactly.
So my round is basically I got to use my stronghold action, which I think I just go b6.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have to give you
Good.
power, but like I don't know.
B6 is nice because then you don't. Well, oh, you don't. You already took E6, so you're already connected. So
Yeah, I'm connected. You're probably not upgrading that.
It gives you a use for spades if you get them.
Yeah,
It is nice.
yeah, I don't know. I'll do it. It's, the only downside is it could be wrong to give you the extra power. But
Ooh, this is beautiful, beautiful leech. It's expensive leech, but it is very beautiful. Earth 2, I love this. But why?
But one?
Sorry, it was Earth 1, my bad. Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
I just like saw you going up the Earth track, and I just assumed that you already had Earth 1 or something. But okay, I think I pass on a temp ship. I will want temp shipping, and then I can get my dwelling income rolling now, and I can also open the coins, which is
Oh my gosh, you're opening with another coins action. That's disgusting.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And if I had known I'd get this much leech, right, then I would have just taken Earth 2. But
Yeah, with temp ships, you can just like dig F2, H3, all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
The only thing wrong with my game is the lack of coins, so just getting as much as I can on Earth seems right.
Yep. You don't have a second temple, right? So that's kind of interesting. Like I normally think like the canonical move for pulp is being to go for a second temple early, but obviously in this color sandwich, you want all the workers you can get, you want all the map presence you can get. So this is pretty great.
Yeah, this is.
I do think that. Yeah, I do think that like you have this game kind of in hand, but doesn't mean that we don't have interest in decisions to make.
So my options, I can build a trading post to stay in the round longer. Maybe there's a chance I get haydeezz pass tile. Can also just pass for cult coins. Coins are always good. The other thing is I can pass for worker power. It's going to make me a little coin short, and then just open next round with more digs. Although a coins action and a hard dig might just make more sense for me.
It is a dig round. Also, coin action you're not getting.
I'm not getting a coin action right.
But the five coins are pretty good.
Yeah. The other argument is I pass for cult coins and I still get double dig eventually.
Yeah. Eventually,
I think that you could get double dig because I don't think chickens. Well, chickens could take double dig next round, but you'll have like no coins.
And I'd like to build a temple. I think what I want is a temple next round and a double dig.
So why don't you make a TP right now?
Yeah, I do think TP is.
Is it? Do I actually want to? Do I still actually prefer 2 coins and a power over a worker? Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah, your worker econ, like you're gonna have that witch's flight, so like you save yourself. Like your worker econ will continue to roll, right? Like, and you're gonna be digging down stuff next round. You probably don't want to be hard digging more than once next round anyway, even though it's a spade round. But like hard digging more than once is probably like too expensive anyway. You might as well just take the coins and get tempo on a
priest.
I'm following the mob of my chat because I want to interact with chat a little bit more. Both Zitcob and Where are liking priest to air.
Right, it's a lot of power back, and a lot of points, and a lot of workers for round 6. So definitely seems fine. Probably get to do almost everything you want to do anyway, so I like it.
18 coins. That's pretty good.
Oh wow, that's a lot of coins.
There's a lot of coins. I don't know if it's enough coins, but it's a lot of coins. So.
It's not. I don't think. Yeah, I still think it's not enough coins, because what you're going to do next round is build a bunch of dwellings, which is the most coin-intensive structure in the game. It's going to drain you of coins and turn you back into workers. And so the antidote to that is coins followed by fire, one and more coin. Like, then you have a great economy. You have tons of workers, tons of coins. Like, yep, you're good.
Right, because probably round 4 is when I want a temple for like water 1,
Yep.
if it's still there, or air 1, if it's not.
Exactly.
I might. We'll see how many workers I have, what my worker situation is at the end of this. I might put up a trading post at the end of this round, and then have temple and water 1 for round 3, or round 4 rather.
I think the TP will probably make sense, only because you're going to need to build TPs anyhow, probably in round 4 to get out more dwellings, maybe. I think in terms of water 1 temple, I think you're pretty safe, just because nomads are already 2 favors in. I'm not convinced nomads are going to be rushing.
I mean, cultists definitely will be taking water 1 by round 4, but like, I mean, obviously witches like don't have that much interest in Earth 1 anymore. So actually, Earth 1 is gone. So yeah, witches will be going for water 1. Cultists will be going for water 1. It's not clear that nomads can afford water 1 right now. How do you feel about your game right now, Haydeezz?
Or actually, haydeezz, first, why did you take the worker power instead of the cult coins?
I thought I would double tick C4.
Ah.
That makes sense. You do need to connect.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you get that, how are you feeling about your game?
Not exactly very happy. I can put out one more tick with my workers. That's it. Then I would look for coins and see what I can do with them in the next round. Probably get a stronghold and try to take A6.
Yeah, I have just kind of floated that text, right?
Just want to respond to something someone in chat wrote. Zitcob saying that I think he says that he thinks that I accept too much cultist leech. That's certainly possible.
Webber specifically?
I just because my rule on cultist leech is I just accept all of it as though they weren't cultists, which is probably a bad rule. Now, the time when I might not do that is in round 1, if it's 1 power and it's going to give them a cult spade, but it still hurts. And if it's engineers, I'd probably still give it to them and make everyone else mad. So I probably am a very like liberal with my with the degree to which I don't know.
Yeah, like 1 power is really not doing you that much. So
I don't know.
I guess here, like
I've played a lot of games where I was a half a coin short of doing something. So, I don't know.
That's true. Like, at the end of the game, like, maybe you'll be like, oh, maybe I should have taken that leech or something. And, like, it's kind of hard to point the finger at any one person for, like, the cultist winning or anything. But, like, and obviously this game, like, it wasn't any single person who, like, led to cultist winning. It was just, like, the way that round 1 went. The upgrades, like, it just kind of happened that way.
I was having a hard time picking between pass tiles. Everything seemed good.
So I'm just passing here for 2 coins and a spade, I assume.
Yeah. Are you not making the trading post?
Oh right, you guys want me to make a trading post? I just hate trading posts, almost as much as
I don't care.
No, you might be right. I'm trying to also learn how to play this game better.
You do eventually need a temple, so...
I do eventually need a temple. Yeah, it's true.
I think I like trading posts as point income more than the average player does, like, even early on. Because I'm not, like, convinced about my ability to secure the coins action. Trading posts, like, sometimes take the pressure off that a little bit, but... I mean, it's
even here, I was thinking about taking the TP pass tile, just so I would build 2 trading posts next round just for the coins.
Sure, I mean, you're almost out of dwellings anyway, so...
Yeah. So I'm right there with you, Deranged. Trading posts early, if you have the workers to support it, it's great.
Yeah,
and I think Webber and I both do have the coins to support it.
Yeah.
The workers to support it.
Certainly is a point scoring mechanism, and if you're planning on building like at least 3 when on some factions they start to get better, I mean I guess in all factions you get a little more power with your 3rd one. Like with nomads, building 3 trading posts on the TP tile without water 1 in like round 3 or 4 and just passing for some points, like that usually feels really good. Anyhow.
Yeah.
I should not have sent that
So
priest to water.
I'm responding to like a comment that was made like kind of a while ago. Where suggested that pick a temple for Earth 2 to save a couple of dwellings for round 4. I think it's a little late for Earth 2. I think that I think that my next temple is going to be for another points favor. But it's an interesting idea. Like Earth 2 gets me points. It also funds, like it does leave dwellings down for round 4, and it funds my round 5 stronghold, which seems kind of attractive this game because it's a landscape game. So I'm not entirely close to the idea.
Stronghold sounds good.
Yeah, my worry for your game, Deranged, is if you actually have enough coins to build the stronghold, because I would think you'd want it down in like the southwest, like H2, H3, I1, I2 area, but you won't have neighbors down there, so it's going to be an expensive
There's
TP.
certainly no guarantee that happens. Yeah.
It's probably going to be a shipping upgrade of it. Well, no, you can just get there this round. You don't need it. You can just upgrade shipping at the end of the game.
I'm trying to figure out like how much I value my connection in this game. Like, I'm eyeing up C2 is what's happening right now.
Who's taking C2?
I mean, you could fly there right at any point. That's
when you're fighting with network though, like one structure is the difference between winning and losing. Like if this network battle is going to be like 15 or 16 network, like as soon as I manage to dig F3 from you, and I say that hypothetically, I'm putting something on C2 immediately. But until I take F3, I'm not probably going to do it, and Nomad's chose not to go the stronghold route. I'd be floating C2 here as Darklings and doing whatever else I want. That just grows my economy better.
That's true. Also, given that like it's you playing, and I know that like so even without like the open table, I know that you're not like a very blocky player, right? So like I guess I wouldn't expect you to fly there.
Yeah.
So in that case, is it the brown or is it the black? So like, or is it the gray? So like the gray makes my round shorter, right? Makes my round a lot shorter. But then I can get onto the 6 coins tile or even the trading post tile. And plus it leaves me another spot to build. It gets me onto that southwest continent. And then next round I can do all the dwelling building. But
it also leaves you enough to temple this round. If you want to.
Yeah, exactly. If you got water 1 this round. But I'm very much considering that gray instead of the brown.
I guess.
I do like that play.
Yeah. And just while you're thinking about that Deranged, if I can just go back and explain my move really quickly. I think there's a world here where you do this or F2. I wasn't actually picturing this. I was imagining F2 then H3, but that you might just take H4 because it's a hex. It's part of your network. It's annoying to me. You might as well do it. So that's why I use my flight to I3 because my spade is H4. And I'm assuming cultists will probably not double dig F8 because they have better stuff to do, basically. But
yeah, that blue.
I'm floating that basically, and some players. Yeah. I mean, you don't have cult spades coming in, so it's like I don't know. It's probably a little safer, but
I don't think that should be very safe because that doesn't even give any access to browns, right? Like, you might expect him to take that if like there were browns to be had in the east, but like there aren't. So, like in the southeast. The 2 spades would obviously be more useful going up north and like making that town.
Yeah, C6 actually is an option here.
Yes, that blue is a much more attractive double blade.
Yeah.
Compared to the blue that cuts off the witch town.
And interestingly enough, when I was thinking about where my trading post was going last round, I was trying to imagine where my temple would be, and I built it on G3 because I thought there'd be a chance I'd get cut off in H4, and so I'd have a 3-hex town. But I wasn't imagining I'll get this.
Nice defensive play.
I wasn't imagining I would get the spade, and I like could just use my flight first and sort of get tempo on you because now I'm like, Oh, I really want my trading post and temple on b6. If I could ever squeak out c6 and have that town without there needing to be a bridge, that feels super strong. But
So here's like a thought experiment for you.
okay, now that's gone.
Okay. So that hex went away. Right?
That helps.
But I was
that
thinking,
helps.
like, what if you spaded that hex? Because that hex, like, that would actually save you from a bridge town in the north. Right? You can make a sanctuary town there, and it denies cultists, and cultists are. I think we kind of agree that cultists are the lead right now. So like I think that could have been a very interesting choice for you to spade.
Yeah, my problem is still floating h4 with you with temp ship. Yeah, so the reason I'm stopping here is okay. I was just waiting for permission from Zitcob to accept this leech. I had this guilty like puppy face into the camera, and I was like wanted to discuss this together. Zitcob kindly permitted me to take the coin. So I'm just going to continue along with obvious stuff.
Yeah. I actually have the interesting thing of whether I even just pass for the TP tile next round. And that's the main reason I did dig C6.
Gives you so many spots for trading posts.
Yeah.
Because did you not
let you build one dwelling?
Did you not consider digging C4 with 9 workers at the start of the round?
With not, oh god. No, I didn't. That would have been interesting. But I think either way, it's going to be 2 towns in the north area, like the center area. So this seems like a cheaper way to do it.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a good line. It would have been a very annoying line to you, and I see why like you would be terrified of it. Like I would also be scared of it, but I don't think it was actually good for
cultists. Zitcob, how bad is me taking single spade this round? I think it's not worth it because I just have workers that I can dig, but it's a spade in a spade round. It's not particularly deep analysis. Very bad. All right, thank you. See, I straight up need this help with witches. I just not. Okay.
I really like that TP tile, so I think I'm not even going to build one more dwelling. I'm just going to get out right now and not give derange the option.
It's pretty juicy, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't passing here anyway. I was going to build water 1, but yeah, I think passing off that is absolutely fine.
So, the question is, how much do I convert? Because if I do pass, you don't have any incentive to pass early. You're going to build water 1. And I think you build it next to me on E4, so you're giving me a leech.
And giving Nomad 6. Like, is that worth it? Why not just strand
He's going to eventually have to upgrade E4.
Yeah, but that's... Maybe. It's a lot of round 3 power.
Yep. I'm going to leave myself enough to take the coins, and we're going to convert everything else down.
Fair enough. I'd love to pass for the dwelling tile, but I really just want a temple. So I'm going to get a temple. And I think it's just water 1, I guess. I don't know. I'll need to build trading posts anyhow, so.
I will at least accept 1 3 for 2.
Why not the other one?
Good news. I can accept all the leech. I don't have any power in.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why you wanted to temple necessarily either, Weber. Like, I think that if you were going to, you were considering a single spade action. I think that's a way to justify the single spade action is if you put it down and then do an expensive trading post and do like a coin town or something. That would like potentially justify the single spade. But now it's a little harder to envision that being a good play.
The reason I wanted a temple is because it just, I mean, putting off building a temple until that late, I just feel is just kind of bad. Like I want to have some priests to cults, I guess. I mean, it's kind of a vague statement, but that's it. I just want some priest production. I'm also going to need to build trading posts sooner than round 6, so I want to score off them if I can. So I'm scoring off something this game. I really want to pass for 7 coins, but I think my economy. I mean, I'm coin poor. I've got power. I'm just going to pass now. Unless I build a trading post. Nah. I just want to pass for the dwelling scoring.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
It seems okay. Zitcob, when would have you put the temple off until? Like, I can also town up in the south pretty quickly. Well, it's an expensive TP or someone. Yeah, I guess no one's coming to G2. It's a little awkward.
Do I take the spades or do I take the coins? I think I take the coins. Right?
You like that more than spade?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I think they're all good. All the
don't need
coins and all the spade is good.
Yeah, I also don't need the spade anymore. So
I mean, 6 coins in a cult step is pretty strong.
I agree.
Some might say.
Oh my gosh, Deranged, dude, your coins are amazing.
There's so many coins. Weber's the only one that needs coins, and it's still going to take up from him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you had quite a few coins, Chickens, but the other way to look at it, just for people who are a little bit like newer to Terra Mystica, is on average your buildings need about twice as many coins as workers. So Chickens had 12 workers, and what was that? Can someone count 14 coins? So 14 coins is a lot of coins, but if you have 12 workers, not enough coins. You almost have enough coins now. So like as many coins as you have, like you just like more of them is the correct amount.
Yep. I do lose out on water 1. I did not see that rush coming. But yeah, it's definitely correct.
Alright.
Yeah. Like most of the time when I miss out on water 1 with cultists, it's because I like did 2 temples. And like the second temple is like economic, right? But in your case, you just have so many dwellings, and those are like perfect like that's like almost like opening 2 temples, right? So.
Oh yeah, and it seems also safer than opening 2 temples too. I get a lot more guaranteed endgame points.
Yep.
So
we're all connected. So that's kind of cool. I guess technically, Nomads still need that red, but I think haydeezz is getting that red. Just, I don't think there's too much competition.
So I'm just trying to think through my.
Great digs.
I'm just trying to think through my sequencing here. It looks like my round is probably hard digging a dwelling, using a flight, building a trading post, sending a priest somewhere. I guess my hard dig is probably just F8, so it's not floated more than it needs to be. B7 is also a hex that I want.
I think we're about to enter a decent amount of bridge pressure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For the last 2 rounds.
That's a good point. So, if I can secure B7 right now, then I can use a bridge.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
You don't need to secure that hex either. You can just fly over and then bridge. And then, and then flip that hex. Like, who's taking that from you?
B7? I don't know.
Yeah.
But F8 is always needed anyway, and it's probably under more threat, and you're already more committed to that town anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cultists may want F8 at some. Yeah, for sure. Cultists could take it. It's more expensive, but I mean, it also gets you to I7, I6, so it opens like, yeah, it's 3 spades for 3 hexes basically.
Right.
Which, when you're color sandwiched, is.
I want here. I'll just take a priest down.
Babik says he just joined and he's wondering my temple is down there. Not a great reason. At the time I wasn't. Last round, Deranged was on temp ship, and I thought there might have been a world that he could beat me here. I then ended up passing on the spade and resolved that by flying to I3 and spading up to kind of close this spot in. But I wasn't sure where I wanted my temple at the time, and I built a trading post before I passed. So this was an option. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what I was most likely to get cut off from. Whether I was going to get cut off here, or possibly cultists were going to dig this stuff out, so this might need to be a sanctuary town, or if this was going to get blocked. I misread it because I should have known I could take a priest, send a priest to a cult, pass last, get the spade, and do all this stuff, but I didn't count that sequencing. That's basically the answer.
You want to explain why you took the cult town Deranged?
Yeah, so I was thinking the priest town, because the priest town is just like 11 points, for the spade. But I don't need more spades this game, really. Like, that's not really something that I desperately need. And to me, like if you look at where I am on all these cult tracks, I actually like make myself slightly more competitive with nomads and witches on everything. So that's nice. It also takes away from them. But more importantly, I gain power. So that was like 2 coins that I just got, which I think is pretty nice. Like
Makes
this puts me
sense.
closer to a coins action if I pass. Like if I pass on the power tile, I now have access to a coins action, and like I think that I wouldn't mind getting onto 10th ship again, right? Like now I could definitely use that green. So.
Right. Did you consider the 2 key town?
No, because like, how am I gonna win any of those cults from cultists?
Well,
I'm
even
just
not winning, I'm thinking just the swings against nomads and witches for that extra step compared to, let's say, nomads getting it, because nomads can take it pretty soon here.
That's true. Nomads could take the 2P town, and if that happens, then I just like, I don't know, like am I that bothered if nomads like pass me? Like I'm not really trying to win these cults, am I?
Oh, Weber did something
Okay.
that I didn't see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So-
fair enough. I think I agree.
Like-
The 8-pointer seems good. I just realized I made a mistake and built next to Weber when he was capped. I
Oh.
thought he just turned down my leech.
So you didn't even get the courtesy power.
The decline. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this again,
The game
Weber.
saved you there, Weber.
Yeah, let's build that.
We build that already. I don't know. I don't know if I should be accepting this or not.
I'm of the opinion I don't accept Cultist Leech, I will accept Cultist Leech, except if they are fighting exactly me on a cult track. And here, the only cult track that feels safe for me going up is air. For now. Well, actually, no, never mind. There's air workers. Never mind. I would turn this down.
You would turn it down because it incentivizes you.
You would then have to form a town and secure air before I start really fighting.
Yeah, like the town that like for cultists like only need to secure Earth, right? But like nomads could just close Earth this round. So in that case, like cultists are not scared of me on fire or water. So like they could just start going up air. But like more than the fact that it would take points away from you, well, I guess that's the only thing that you should be that concerned about, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, there's also some like cult politics. I don't know. I don't really like introducing a ton of politics because it seems like a collusion in Terra Mystica. But I tend to go out of my way to not fight people on cult if they're the one accepting me. So, like, if I'll courtesy go up another cult, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll just take more power, and I'm great. Watch me continue to go up another cult, and I'll do the opposite for the other player." I mean, it all turns out the same. You just win all 4 cults.
This is exactly that scenario. I'm going to build next to you like 7 more times this round.
Right.
And if I go up air the first step, you're probably declining it from there on out.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can do anything good this round. My resources. I think I'll just pass for the
worker power.
Yeah.
Want a
TP. I was thinking of making a TP, but I think it hurts my worker economy.
Oh,
because you will get coins anyway. Yeah.
Right. Are you going stronghold next round?
Yeah.
Has to be. Right? This absolutely has to be stronghold. I think.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is whether I take the spade or I take the worker and the power, because I'm getting coins either way.
Despite me talking a big game about not needing the priest, I now kind of want another spade. So like the spade, like no one else wants worker power, right? But like clearly other people will want the spade.
You guys keep
So
talking.
that's
I'll be
one
right
way of
back in
thinking
one
about
sec.
it. Yeah, like you know, the spade is going to be more desired by other players, so that might play into your evaluation of what to take. But you might also just be more focused on your own game right now too. I can't speak.
I think I like the spade.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need spade. I think you only get 2 stronghold actions this game, and you're probably gonna want more digs than that. So
Yeah. I have the option to take away. Well, I guess I have the option to take away haydeezz blue like at any point this game, right? Am I going to manage
Yeah.
a stronghold? I don't really think I am. Like, I don't have spare workers right now, right?
I'm
You
just
need at
taking my
least
time and figuring out if I have a play that doesn't involve Weber, because otherwise he'll have to decline power.
I'm back.
I mean,
Oh, perfect.
could you
Nope.
advance digs, advance ship, put a priest or a cult? Like, you have a bunch of stuff that you can.
Oh,
do,
yeah.
right?
So
But,
I think I'm planning on Temple for Air 1, at least 2 more temples, or TPs. And then the question is if I hard dig C8 or if I send a
you
priest
don't need
to
to
a
hard dig.
cult.
You'll have Act 6 available to you.
That's true. And I still think I will run out of coins, though, after Temple and 2 trading posts.
So at that point, you take the 2 town, right? And then you're flush with power again.
But I won't be able to build a town this round unless I take a bridge.
Are you sure about that?
I'd have to hard dig C8 to even try.
So here's what I'm seeing, right? Like you temple, then you make 2 trading posts.
Yep.
The 2 trading posts that I'm looking at, by the way, are the ones next to the witches in the far east.
Far east, okay.
And then you take the double dig, and then you build the black and the yellow, and then you have a 2 town.
Oh, you're thinking just making the town right away with that. That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking of building a stronghold next round. Just Sanctuary Stronghold.
I see. Like, that's also like a viable line,
but that definitely hurts network aspirations. So I do like yours a lot better. Will Weber take the double dig? Probably not. How much do I need for that? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have plenty. So let's do this.
All right. So last time I listened to Zitcob, now I'm going to listen to AJ. I'm going to go back.
I get to advance.
I'm going to be very inconsistent, but probably, yeah, if you do go up air. Anyhow, that's not collusion.
I will go up air,
water,
but I went up fire first. I just took air 1.
Yeah,
that's not me going up air.
All right.
This is not a threat. Repeat, this is not a threat.
So I want to take this bridge. It's kind of gross to just float it on B7. I don't imagine nomads want it. It's probably safe. I don't really have the resources to hard.
You can get that dwelling out anyway, right?
Well, I was going to say I don't.
Bridge and then single dig it.
Yeah, so I can do that. That's just using like 4 coins as 3 workers, which based on my economy doesn't feel very good. I can
what about the double dig, Weber?
Seems a little suspect.
I think you're going to be able to pass on to coins.
So, like, you can take.
People want like the tiles that you and Paul.
Well, I want to take a bridge. I want to take a bridge is the thing. I'm trying to figure out how to take a bridge.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
If with me going on D7, I think there actually is going to be a lot less bridge pressure now, because me templing on D7 kind of signals I want a sanctuary tile.
Yeah. No, this just feels goofy.
Oh yeah. It's definitely I mean, both lines feel goofy. The bridge into nothing also feels suspect a little bit, but
I don't know. We'll see.
I like it. It's interesting.
Trying to figure out if I want to get out of this round and pass on to 6 coins. But I think I can At this point, I think I should be stalling for like the witch's tile, so I will not build. I have 2 more actions that I can take. I can build this dwelling, and then I can use my cult bump. I don't think that I want to like take any further stalling actions, but it's not impossible. See where we are after that, and I can still get the 6 coins as like a consolation prize. So AJ, you're saying that Weber needs 4 digs for 3 towns, but if you just add 3 more digs to that, then he could get 4 towns, right? And a bridge. Why settle?
Wait. Are we talking about witches 4 towning?
Oh yeah, it's there.
No, we're talking. No, witches are 3 towning.
Where's the 4th? Is it the south?
The 4th town is the stronghold.
The stronghold.
Stronghold Sanctuary on E5, F5, and another bridge with no neighbors.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It seems
I'll
like
come
a
in G4 eventually.
seems like a whole pile of
certainly
sadness.
not good. It's certainly not very feasible, but it is technically possible. So that needs to be stated.
Okay, we're gonna try to keep Weber in this round as long as possible. That's my goal.
Because you want his tile, makes sense.
I definitely want his tile.
But Weber might want the 6 coins more than he wants.
Well, if he outweights you, he also gets 4 coins.
Oh,
so.
he gets my thing. That's true.
Yeah.
And
it's not that bad.
Happy with the 6 coins too. Yeah. I think that we're all like kind of okay with that. I guess the only downer is that I would need to pass early next round, but I can pass early on. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And a neighbor's issue.
Yeah, that is the downside of double West Darkling.
Yeah, like I don't really care about forming my town. Like I'll just make a stronghold and put down the landscape, but I do have a neighbor's issue for building my trading post in round 6.
Chat, how bad is taking double dig right now and building a dwelling on B7 and leaving A10, or spading H5 to green, and the next round I can just town up for fire 2 and a coin town on G3. Putting a sanctuary on a 5-hex town's kind of goofy.
If you don't take double dig right now, I am going to.
Zekob says no, so I'm not allowed. That's how this stream works. I like double dig. You need so many digs.
I actually do like the double dig too.
All right, I'm gonna do the double dig, and then when it's wrong, actually this is under slightly more threat. I'll just hard dig the other one. Well, I don't know. Anyhow, we'll see.
It gets you a lot of points.
Oh, what I want to do is, I can't build my special landscape. I don't have a second temple. I can't build a landscape. I don't have a second temple. I think that's how this works. Yeah.
So now I'd have to take the single spade if I wanted to town. And put a trading post in a weird spot. Because I don't think I went 3 trading posts in the east. But maybe it's fine. It's probably fine. I can still... Yeah. How important is the 2 key town?
Who's
nice.
taking it?
I'm actually scared of nomads in 2 actions.
Yeah, I actually think that nomads could definitely steal fire on you. Right. Like you can close Earth, but then
but then I won't have any keys left. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I think I'm actually going for the 2 keys this turn. Now because I'm paranoid. No, okay. I just had to check the power, make sure single spade didn't also get taken.
All right, now I'm declining this because I took a 3 for 2, but you went up error, so I'm gonna decline that.
Oh yeah. It's with the 2 key town coming. I didn't see anything. Like I didn't want to go up fire, and close it. I did want to leave the option to close out air, so I thought it had to be air at that point.
Bravik doesn't like the Sanctuary at all. I usually don't like the Cultist Sanctuary either, but in this case I think it's...
I think they're talking about my Sanctuary.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
well,
that's true.
Where's your Sanctuary going?
Put down your Raven's Blunder too.
I don't need a Sanctuary. It's just to hit the track, and maybe there's better ways to score 5 points than to build a Sanctuary. And if I want another favor tile, just build a cheaper one, like for half, just build a temple. Still gives me a favor tile
like
for
Fire 2 or Air 1.
For Fire 2 or Air 1, and then that allows me to fight network more. Like, not building the Raven's Blunder as witches is actually like a whole extra structure is like a huge deal if you're competing at the highest level. If you're trying to win network, it's like, you know what I mean? It always comes down to like one structure if you're playing against like nomads or something like that. So I've often played witches and be like, oh, the landscape, it's a lot of work, whatever. And then you get to the end of the game and it's like, no, not having a landscape's like actually like possibly losing me a ton of points here. So
Those look like nomads are having some struggles here. But I guess part of it is just like they've been out of this round for a long time. But they also are not on a pass tile. I only see like, I guess we do see 3 towns, but not sure about network right now for nomads, but we have 3 towns. Are we nomads or witches here?
yeah, if you guys could point out a little more in chat whose game you're sort of speaking to. I think often when it's ambiguous, I sort of interpret it as mine. As people sometimes have a chance to sort of speak to me directly through chat. Jacob saying nomads is 20 coins.
20 coins, but maybe I'm getting coins. That would be interesting. I think nomads want those 20 coins or more because nomads want to build a stronghold, which is 11 coins. And they're not going to end this round with a trading post or anything. Age was talking about advancing digs. He also thinks that I should be eyeing my stronghold. The stronghold is getting built this round. I only have 2 I'll only be able to convert down 2 workers, but I think that it's correct. I'll just put out my stronghold. I'll take the 2 extra workers, and then I will dig down a town, and then take a priest town probably, and then I'll pass and get a coins action or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I decline this, if there's actually a world where, like, I'm not getting coins, although I could take coins actually if nomads don't take them probably with this power. But if that doesn't happen, if I
don't even see the hex where this is.
Oh, I just built G4.
He's built G4.
Oh, okay.
So if I decline this and don't give him a cult step, if I have nothing better to do with my first action other than to send a priest to air, can I town up before someone else gives cultists 3 more cult steps? Maybe even take an 8-pointer.
I think you can.
Also, Weber, I do not have anything. So I would have taken that just because cultists, I do not have anything to do with if I Sanctuary next round besides take Air 3.
Right. Fair enough.
So, yeah.
I will also say that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right now, the only person who can give cultists cult steps is you.
Yes.
Right, like he can make a town, but that town is going to be like a priest, which can't advance more than 1 step, or it's going to be like the 8-pointer, which is also 1 step. So
Okay.
I do think that you'll have the advantage there, but I highly encourage you to fight him if it pleases you, because I like when my opponents fight each other.
Well, that's the thing. Do I send a priest to air just to force chickens to...
I would definitely send priest to air. Yeah,
just to force...
I think sending priest to air is correct.
Just to force chickens to take air 3 as a favor with his sanctuary.
He's not going to take air 3, is he? Oh, I guess he is. He has nothing to
Yeah,
do
there's
other than
nothing
take
else
air
for
3.
me to take.
Yeah, so I think that you've already lost this cult actually by taking
So
all
it's
those
just a
steps
question.
earlier.
Yeah, if I want to build a sanctuary, then I'm going to win air. The only question is, do I want to build a sanctuary?
Yeah. So I don't think that sending the priest has a lot of value right now. Unless, well, I guess cultists have nothing better to do other than to send their priest to air and win it for sure.
I would rather
that's the
use my
downside.
priest as workers at this point. Because
Ooh.
on
So
cults, they don't
Zipcom's
do much.
idea is now unless you sanctuary for air 3, then Weber is going to win air because he's going to dig down a. You have 8. Yeah, you have a.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he has
does.
a
Yeah,
Raven
yeah.
left. So he's going to close air. I love that. I love that.
Oh, he's making me decide right now.
What do I even do with my action? Oh, whatever.
That's if I commit to a cult town.
No. If you just get Raven's Blunder, isn't it 3 steps?
Oh, I can
Yeah,
actually
it's
use the landscape? Oh, you guys aren't making me use the landscape.
Has to be correct here. This is like the perfect Raven's Blunder moment right now.
Uh-huh.
Don't do this, chicken. We have to see this.
I really don't want to build a sanctuary.
What else are you gonna do?
Double.
Hold up, are you gonna double dig C7 instead? Like, how are you town? Oh, bridge. You just bridge.
Bridge also makes sense. I was thinking about double dig. I don't see anything else I want to do this round, so probably just bridge and build my stronghold.
I hate cultist sanctuaries. Everyone knows I've ranted on about it multiple times, but
Like
building a
you
sanctuary
think that
for
Weber is
building a
is your
sanctuary
competition, right? Like that's part of it.
for air 3 comes with 2 workers, and well, you'd still get 1 worker if you wanted it this round. So it comes with a worker and 3 power you wouldn't otherwise get. So it's a worker and a coin and a half and 4 points. So it's not. I don't know. It's right on the line.
I think that the stronghold is 7 points, right? Like that's just pretty. Like compared to 4 points. Like the question is, do you think Weber is your competition, and do you think that nomads are like, or right? Like I could be dedicated enough to like go crazy and close out water on you or something. Oh, sorry. You have a 3rd key, so I think that you're fine.
I will have a 3rd key. Yeah, I'm actually. So there's no more bridge pressure, so I can wait for a bit. I'm actually just considering double digging down random hexes to fight for network.
That might just be best. Yeah.
Because I like building a stronghold this round only gets me 2 extra points because it means I have to build a TP this round.
Yeah.
So
Sure. That actually is the one of my favorite sanctuary, but it's not clear once again that sanctuary is good. So
yeah, I think I'm just gonna take double digs on random spots. And worst case, I have to spend some workers to dig C7 next round.
By random
it's also crowd
spots.
haydeezz. So that's a point in its favor. Because you could make it like you've just made it so that haydeezz needs that what's it called, that gray.
Might as well go up air. Now I can take air too.
Dangerous thing that you've exposed yourself to, Weber. Look at that.
I may make Weber make his choice now. He's gonna have to build his Raven's Blunder.
Guess I got 8 coins.
I'm gonna start turning down 3 for 2s. Not sure if it's correct, but seems close.
Guess this is okay. It gets me 4 points I wouldn't otherwise get, and comes with a coin and a half and 2 workers, plus swing against you. But even if I'm playing for second here, like ignoring the swing, I lose a point to gain 2 workers and a coin and a half. So I'm just gonna hard dig this thing down. I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So, and if, oh yeah, and then do I just take a coin town here? Oh my gosh, that's so much economy.
Well, you're getting 3 power off the, like, you're getting 3 power from the Raven's Blunder, so I'm not sure if you want the coin town.
Still need to upgrade shipping 3 times, so you might.
Okay, yeah, it should be coin
So,
town.
like, what if he just locks up air and passes for the TP bonus?
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say that is also a reason why I took the double dig, is I could have a fast round here. There's not much I'm going to do this round. I'm not building my sanctuary.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful stronghold.
So, especially with Weber closing out air.
This is silly, but I'm just gonna. I know that I need coins, but I'm considering doing 3 power to a worker and then.
Oh, did you not want the? Or you're just trying to have a fast round?
Oh,
What you could do, you could first make H1, you build H1, and then you build the stronghold. So when you get the town, you get the town first. You take the workers from the town and then.
The worker town. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No. Oh yeah. So then I can get the full value out of the stronghold.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't even have, then you don't have to convert the power into a worker.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah,
good.
I think I like that better. Thanks. Sorry about this, guys.
No. It's all good. We should try to wrap up in about 30 minutes? 35? But I mean, I think we can play around.
I think that'll be pretty easy.
Yeah. So, chat, who's in first to fourth here?
I mean, cultists are. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a chat question.
Well, no, go for it as well.
What about us? What do we think?
I think I'm in first.
I think you're in first too, by like miles and miles.
I'm wondering if Weber is actually close to Darkling. Like if witches are close to Darkling. I think it's fairly interesting.
Oh, I think that Weber is probably ahead of him because he has better cults, better network. So I think that Weber is.
I mean, if I'm allowed to pass for the TP bonus and open with the 7 coin action, and cultists don't triple dig A10 or anything else weird happens, I think I'm declining this 3 for 2 because if I pass, I already have a 7 coin action. Like this is just a coin for a 1.5 because I'm literally down converting. So, someone in chat tell me if you don't like that.
Do I deny this blue hex from nomads? The answer is very obviously no. Like, why would I ever do that? No, I don't think that nomads should be taking that hex this round anyway, because they're on the spade. So I think that they should probably be digging that sand blasting that gray hex. Oh, never mind. They should dig the red hex probably.
Yeah.
That connects them because they absolutely do need that.
Yeah. So I'll take A6, then I'll try to go for E5.
I'm so low on hexes, I think the correct thing for me to do right now is take I5. Now the question is, how do I outstall Darklings if they want to stall? 4 priests seems very difficult to outstall.
Yeah. Well, you could advance your digs, right? Does that occur to you? Like, advancing digs... Yeah. Because, like, you want that red hex. At this point, it doesn't look like you're aiming for the sanctuary.
Yeah, weirdly, I'm not sure I'll get the power, so I'd only be able to do it once.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
so bad?
Still seems better.
It depends.
Yeah,
it depends
I
on
agree.
Income, right? Like, yeah. I don't know for sure.
I don't have much to do. I will do that. I will. That it does let haydeezz. Okay, he does that instead. So he secures his town spot. So I was gonna say if he uses his stronghold ability on H7, the gray hex down there, then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I am overproducing, so I do need to dig anyway. But annoyingly, I don't have any. I don't have any shipping. I do need one ship eventually, so maybe I just ship here.
Maybe you just ship here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
If
I
you
can't
can
get
get
the coins
C2
action,
down.
so
It's no worse.
I don't think,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a very good idea to ship right now. You need the coins for trading houses next round. So,
I do, but like,
but you ship
if I don't
anyways.
secure C2, then I have 0 neighbors. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
and the
C2,
argument is
that's
that
the
it,
landscape. Yeah.
like, you need to upgrade shipping anyhow, unless you were building a trading post this round to get more coins. Like, next round the TPs don't
Yeah.
give you coin income, right? Like, it's just a.
I think that the odds are that I'm passing on to the 6 coin tile or the 4 coin tile anyway. Like the shipping is. I guess there's an argument to be made that like I can't win network anyway. Like
No.
if we just look at it, like it looks like everyone has me beat on network, except weirdly enough nomads. But nomads will have me beat on network if they connect. And like cultists have no incentive to deny nomads that connection. This advanced ship really just lets me build more dwellings with neighbors, right? Like it lets me build
Yes.
C3 with a neighbor, and it lets me build A4 with a neighbor.
Yes, and that
So I
saves
do
6
think that
coins.
so I do think I kind of need that shipping. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I afraid of you taking a priest action? Probably. But I also want coins next round.
It's true that I have nothing better left than vengeance. So
1, 2, 3, 4. I can probably get a 5th action out of this. So I'm just gonna do. Oh, and you can also get 5 actions.
Sorry, folks.
Can I get 6 actions? I can. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to start slow digging. Oh, that may have been wrong. That's why it's wrong, because now I just lost. Well, no. The problem is now if you pass, I will lose my tile.
Oh, just pass, man.
But also it's wrong because I didn't realize he had the spade tile. So I do have to build. So
okay. I think I want this hex to be black because then I can build on it with only one ship. And that is key because I need that spot as a trading post neighbor spot. And then I will just put my landscape down somewhere else. I'll turn this guy to ship here. I was originally hoping that haydeezz would ship over here, but like that just obviously wasn't happening this game. Characters may as well take C2 and be connected. Yes. You are correct, AJ, that I could have taken C2, but that would have been a landscape, right? I have no workers. I want onagers to be priests, not workers.
So, but isn't it better if I come at E2, it gives you a neighbor to build a TP?
If I come to C2? If I let you come to E2?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many actions do I have? I might just be like, my game might be done at that point. Like, I don't actually know if that's useful to me. Like, I can still dig this gray, right?
Yeah.
Like, bizarre as it is, I can dig that. Like, I need to put my landscape down, and unfortunately, that's like the only spot where I can build it that doesn't like actively hinder me. You know, like, because I have no other to dig. Oh, I could have dug it. I could have dug this green instead. So that's an argument we had. Like, I probably should have dug this green, E1. I didn't see that. But that actually was probably the right place to put my landscape. But now I have to put my landscape because I'm on the tile. So like there's absolutely no reason why I should not be putting my landscape this round. But you're right. I think I should have taken E1. I just didn't see it. Like I want C2 to be a dwelling and not a landscape. And I want A4 to be a dwelling and not a landscape. So
So I think darklings are gonna pass now, right?
They can still take
yeah,
a
I'm out of stuff. I can still take a priest, but I don't think it's good for me. I think I want the 6 points.
Whether
Like,
so, I think it doesn't matter if I stall or not. I'm not getting anything, right?
that's right, because chickens definitely gets there
I-
before you.
Well, yeah, if Darklings take a priest to try to stall, you do get the tile. If you can get
That's true.
3 more actions.
That's true.
Okay.
I could give you the dwelling tile instead of cultist, but I just don't see how it helps me to do that. Like if I think I'm competitive with cultist, then I guess it's okay. But I don't know if I'm competitive with cultist like at all. Like cultists have 28 points on me right now, so like that's like more than my lead on them right now. Yeah. Ooh. Well, now I think I should stall cultist because now I can't pass on to the 6 coins.
Right.
They've actually changed the map for me, so that's actually a pretty interesting play.
So I will build this just to make it as awkward for you as I can.
It's so awkward for me spending my dig as a darkling.
Yeah, I mean, it's more awkward than not spending it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this is good for haydeezz because now, like with his first action, he could sandblast my black, which would annoy me.
Or C2. I think taking C2 from you is more annoying than anything.
That's
Well,
true. If he has nothing.
So, but that's actually not very good for him, I think, because he wants a sandblast to like actually do stuff.
Need sandblast for my town.
Yeah, the sand. Well, are you giving up on the southern town?
What?
Like, are you giving up on
That's
the
a yes.
southern town with like the TP? Okay, yeah. And I guess that wasn't even like a thought anymore, right? So,
It could be. He needs
fair
a
enough.
bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
I take that first action.
Yeah.
let's see. Is there any reason to take the spade here? Spade gets me that red hex next to witches, so that could be like a nice spot. But I only have 3 coin income, so I think that like the more coins the better right now. That might be foolish if I'm not.
Alright, I can play again. So I'm taking coins. Which is pretty obvious. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback from someone, I'm not sure who. Just FYI. Yeah. Also, welcome Alexico. Thanks for stopping by. And yes, there are... I see there's a bit of an argument about whether there's 4 or 5 maps for Terra Mystica. There are technically 5, but one of them is a revised version of the base map that isn't particularly popular. This one is the Loon Lakes map. I think at this point I'm accepting coins for a point. Yeah. This is also not an overly popular map, but it was the last arena season here on BGA was this exact setup. So this is called Loon Lakes, or just Lakes for short, and we're playing with landscapes, which you'll see throughout the map placed. So yeah, this was basically the last season of arena, those settings. And then other than the base map, there's the revised base, which is sort of the 5th map that people are sort of arguing whether it's an actual real map or not. There's Fire and Ice, and then there's Fjords, which is a good bit of fun. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking out some of those other maps if you hadn't had a chance. I absolutely recommend playing Fjords if you haven't. It's probably my favorite map. I'm not the strongest at it, but it's a whole ton of fun. Cool, so what am I doing here? So I need to build 2 more towns, 4 trading posts, maybe a 5th with a temple, secure some greens. I got a lot of stuff to do. I
understand that cultist winning network in this game is just disgusting.
Yeah, that first round was absurd.
Yeah, that was insane.
Also, I have to figure out how much I need to build to win network. Because I really would not like to build this temple, but
what are you doing with your resources otherwise?
Upgrading digs,
Stronghold?
upgrading ships. I have
Fair.
enough to upgrade
But
digs,
building,
upgrade ships, and build a dwelling.
so one of my thoughts is like that temple gets you another trading post that you can build, which
Right,
is
but
worth
I
6
don't have
points.
water 1, so it'd be using 12 resources to gain 3
Oh,
points.
it's only 3 points. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well,
So
that's up to Weber, I guess, right? Weber is the only one who can tell you about that. I don't think that nomads are that competitive on that. Well, actually, yeah, I don't think nomads are very competitive on network anymore. So
I will upgrade ship because I know I have to. But yeah, Weber does have a few greens open, and that's annoying. So I might start digging them away.
Hmm.
That might have been the argument for upgrading.
And that's why I upgraded.
Digs
Yes.
first.
So my first move after taking coins was building a TP. I'm gonna secure A10, another TP, and then I'm gonna use my stronghold action on I4 H6 just to secure one of those before I upgrade shipping. So that's why I'm building here and not using my stronghold action. And then I probably town up. Yeah.
Yep, makes sense.
And I don't really know what towns I'm taking because I actually have to calc stuff here. I guess I do need another temple so I can get 2 trading posts over here. I don't think I want a 4 for 3. It's a little expensive. I'd rather take a coin town. Now the argument for me for a ship town versus a coin town is it allows me to send a priest to a cult, but it's one less point and 2 less coins. So do I want to give up 2 coins and a point so that I can send a priest to water? Which probably worth 2 points. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think what I need are just more, I want all the free power I can get. So I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to start off with a coin town.
yeah, you definitely need a coin town anyway. So you might as well just take that first. It doesn't seem like. Well, I guess Hades could take like one of the good towns first, but.
I'm not sure if I should have gone for the 16th structure, but
I don't think that could possibly be correct.
well,
Because the
yeah,
16th structure is only worth 3 points to you, right?
right, exactly. So well, it's worth 6 points because it involves, or 8 points because it involves a trading post and a dwelling. So
True.
it is
Yeah.
8 points,
Yeah.
but instead I upgrade dig,
But
and
it's so many resources.
yeah, it's probably about the same amount of points. It's just probably 3 less for Weber, maybe 1 less overall for me.
Interesting.
But
I see, because you're out of stuff to do now.
yeah, so it's basically pass or start messing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's probably pass because Weber
Messing with
has.
someone costs you.
Yeah, I mean, it cost me a point to mess with Weber, so probably let him get away with it.
Well, I don't think it costs you a point actually, and the reason why is because you're going to get free leech from him.
Where? There.
Right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you can mess with him.
There we go. Thank you, Weber. Now I can mess with you.
But yeah.
Why can you mess with me now that I gave you a power? Because you have an extra
now
resource?
have 7. Exactly.
Oh, I see. So you might as well throw a worker in I4 or something?
Yep.
Rude.
Yeah, I mean.
No, it was a perfectly good move. Yeah, it's totally reasonable.
I gotta try to tie you on 15.
So I guess I'm just going to do this because I don't think you're doing much else. So I'd rather give... Either way, I have to give you power. The question is, do I want to give haydeezz free power or not right now? And I'd rather not, so I think I just do this.
Yeah, I'm not even accepting a 2-for-1 anyway, so...
No, if you have nothing else to do with it. My score here is atrocious.
You got another town incoming.
Yeah.
And you're on a pass tile. The only one on a pass tile. And you want a cult. I think you're competitive here with deranged. How much? 4, 5, 6. Okay, so doesn't matter. Okay.
I think I'm a coin short if I take a ship town of hard digging a dwelling, building a temple, and 2 more trading posts. With a ship town might be worth it to do that. I'd need 15 for shipping, 22 for the temple, 22, 32 for the trading posts. 38 with the dig and the dwelling.
Better than like.
So 38. This is 5. So I need 30.
That's like a swing.
Yeah, I need a 33 resource. Yeah. 1 second, sorry, 33. So 30 is 24. Yeah, I'm a coin short. So.
What if you Raven's Blunder to get yourself?
No.
Oh, the Raven's Blunder gets you like 2 points.
The Raven's Blunder on fire is also not that bad.
Yeah, it's 2 points.
I mean, it's bad for me, so I highly encourage you not to do it. But
it's
you can also select in 2 ships if you take F5.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, I was trying to do this in my head. I just need to calc this out. Sorry, this is... So what am I doing? 2 hard worker digs. I'd want a temple, 2 trading posts, 2 dwellings. Can't have enough for that. 2 dwellings, and then and then 1 ship upgrade because I'm taking a ship town. So that is no. 2 Raven's Blunders. I don't think the Raven's Blunder's worth it, is it? Could it possibly be? I'd lose 5 points just so I can take a worse town and then spend a bunch of resources to score 6 points. I don't know.
So Weber, are you trying to build a temple also?
Well, that was the idea, yeah.
Oh. I'm not sure the temple is actually ever worth it here.
Yeah, so I'm just taking a high VP town and then doing all this and then just upgrading shipping, and it's going to be a lot of workers.
Yeah. As long as if you can build a TP and a dwelling, then
so
you're set. And on F5 you can connect
can
up to
you
ship. So.
Yeah, you can connect on 2 ships, which is probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I make my trading post here, and I give haydeezz a 2-for-1. That's it. I'm done.
All right, and I can speed through the last of my turns. It's not that complicated at this point.
Yep. Yep. So, does Hades beat me in network? I have 5 stuff left. He needs to build 2 dwellings to get down to 5 stuff. I guess he probably does. Oh, the double spade is still open. Yeah. But you didn't take fire too. Oh, I guess you take fire too now.
I don't think I go for the dwellings. I have to dig, and I have to make the TVs. Or I just make a temple and buildings. But I have to increase my
Oh
ship.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Air 1 and the extra trading post has to be better for you, right? Like, there's just no way that fighting for like 3 extra points of network is worth it.
What is Zitcob suggesting Raven's blunder for a second time this game?
Yeah, there was a line, if I wanted to do that, of taking a ship town to give myself the extra resources to temple and get out a 5th trading post. The line would have been Priest of Fire, Raven's Blunder, which would have come with 4 points and 4 power, and then do that sequence. And that, I don't know if that was correct. It worked with Priest Town. Oh, alright. Oh, Priest Town, Priest of Fire. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, that's not the dwelling I was thinking. I was thinking the gray in the south, but I guess both of those were legit options.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What is that? 2 ship upgrades, and is that everything? Yeah.
Yeah, so I should have sent a Priest of Fire. That was silly. So I have 7 resources, which is shortage. I can't upgrade digs. So I guess I do just upgrade ship a 3rd time, which is kind of annoying. Temple for Air 1 is 3. I can't do anything on the cults. Yeah, I super should have just... I think it's just going to be a ship upgrade here. Can't actually upgrade digs. Wait, can I not? Am I being insane here?
Takes 8 resources to upgrade dig.
Yeah, and I don't. So it's just a
3rd ship, right?
yeah. Yeah, I had upgraded dig before the hard dig. Yeah. Stream fatigue, people.
Yep.
And then this priest is absolutely nothing anywhere. So I just pass with it.
Cool.
Oh,
Good game, all.
okay. Final tally. Yeah. That things broke well for me early, but Deranged put together a solid game.
Sounds like Cultists obliterated this game, as we kind of expected.
Well, I did not expect
Well,
that.
sorry. As we
going in.
expected after round 1. After round 1, my bad. We did not know. We definitely did not know that this was going to happen. Like,
No.
But I was pretty sure I was going to get the double spades.
Right. That whole sequence was crazy in the first turn.
Because then Darklings taking workers stopped me from taking the spades.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess my thought, right, was because
Oh, if you didn't take workers, I was taking workers.
Okay, right, because you're going to double temple, right? So, like, it was correct for me to open with that, but someone probably should have taken the priest. I think that maybe Weber, you just built a stronghold, right?
Yeah, I maybe
You
should.
had just taken the priest.
Yeah. It's
You're
very
at
possible
4.
I should have taken a priest.
Since you are at 4, I think you could upgrade to a TP, and that kind of pushes pressure on everyone to get Earth 1. So if everyone
Maybe.
builds, then you can take the workers also.
Well, I actually I think that chickens probably would have just taken the workers there.
Um,
Like I was concerned, right?
yeah.
Because I feel like taking workers is like double temple is so strong for cultists early, um, that I felt like workers were under pressure, and like it was also just by far the most important thing to me, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, like I didn't see that like cultists could guarantee themselves a double spade. That was like
Yeah,
just something that like I missed.
and have something to be able to use it effectively, right?
Yeah.
Like that would have just been, yeah, to be able to upgrade shipping manually and then get a double dig to wield back to you. Like that's just something you don't see on lakes very often because there is quite a bit of power early. People really do build around each other, and the spades are so contested on this map. There's so many key hexes, especially if
Yeah.
like gray and yellow are in the game. Like people will just like open single dig first action and stuff just to like get these hexes. Like spades are so contested that being able to build up and get leech and then stall and then take a you know what I mean? Like it was a wonderful opening. I really yeah, I think this opening was just incredible by you chickens, and it's also just part of the value of building on D5. I think some players, certainly that are kind of starting out and are newer to Terra, often really feel like they're getting kind of ripped off if they build a second level structure, something like a temple that could be a future sanctuary, and it's never going to
Oh
be
yeah.
part of a town. But this
Yeah,
D5 is
me
just like,
included.
well, fair enough. But I mean, this
Yeah.
D5 here was how many 2-for-1 leeches? Like, there's 3 level 3 structures, a level 2 structure, right? Like, the number of, like, nice
Yeah.
2-for-1s you got here
That
is just
was.
absurd. Like, it's just a little power plant, right? Yeah.
Yep. I think Nomad starting on A7 worried take away
Yes.
my town or my potential town spot, but it just gave me access to F4 to D7 to like all the critical yellows I needed to just expand everywhere. So that with the double dig just made the game very easy. And even saying all that, I still only win with by 6 points over Darklings.
Well,
That's
that's
how
true.
strong Darklings are
Yeah, yeah.
on this map.
That's true. I think I did actually outscore you because I think I started 10 points down from you. So
Oh, I'm
like
sure, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like the power of Darklings on this map, right?
Yep.
Like you just don't need neighbors. Like this was like a Darklings track, except I guess like the only reason why it wasn't a Darklings track is because that final round was TPs and I didn't have neighbors.
That is a bit of a trick with
But yeah.
Darklings on this map, is that you definitely did build in like a pretty classic sort of area. I mean, you got cut off in the north, but this B4 E3 stuff, I mean, Nerdcubes was preaching about this start like for basically an entire arena season. And you sort of, yeah, just followed that build order. The only kind of downside or tricky piece to that is, yes, like the lack of neighbors, because you do just sort of cut everyone off here, and then like, yeah, there's just no one really back here very often.
So I think it was kind of a bad break for me for haydeezz to open temp shift. Like it doesn't seem like it worked out great for him either. Like I think that if uh, you had taken the spade, right? Like you didn't, or no, sorry, I took the spade. Haydeezz was third, right?
You can take
You
the
had
worker
taken,
power.
yeah, if you had taken worker power instead of temp shift, you wouldn't have gotten up to A5. And then I guess you don't wind up building this town. So maybe that was just better anyway. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe that was your best route, and that's just unfortunate for me that I didn't see that like that your best option was to dig up there and annoy me at A5. But like I was obviously hoping that I would be able to like dig A6 and then build this town to like the west. Um, that was definitely my hope. But so that would have been a 3 town game for me, right? So
E5 and D7 too.
and E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh
E5
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
your goal was to take D7. I see. I think that I guess it wasn't obvious that cultists were like dominating at the point where you decided to take a C3. But like it could have been very interesting if you had decided to dig um, if you had decided to dig and build on D7 instead. Because like you took a red, right? The red's not contested, and then you took that yellow, which cultists would have had to like double spade and then single spade to get to it. But instead they were able to like single spade to get to your yellow, and then that gave them like such good access. So like the game looks different if you prioritize taking that brown and that yellow, right, instead of the red and the yellow that cut off by brown. But I mean, yeah.
The other line was to take the priest and increase ships so that I could directly take D7 and C8.
Oh yeah, that also might have been.
Oh, that's true. We did discuss that.
In
so
hindsight.
that's like an interesting move. Yeah.
I do
I'd like taking the
take.
priest also like hurts Malthus though.
So deranged. If he doesn't take C3, I might double dig C3 and go to A4. First round. Or no, sorry, not first round. I don't have shipping yet.
But is that so bad for me? Because like you wouldn't have enough stuff to dig A5 then. So then.
Right. So yeah, you would have to commit to it eventually.
So I would have had this SA town on A5, A5, A6, and yeah. So I think that would have been like.
Yep.
Maybe
Taking the priest would have definitely slowed me down.
Yeah.
So I think it's.
I mean that's how it goes. So like.
Go ahead, haydeezz.
Auction is fair.
Go ahead, haydeezz.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that is it better if I start on F4 instead of A7?
I think
think
instead
so.
of G6, starting on D7.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Just because that hex is so critical
Cutting
for
off the
cultists.
east.
Yeah. That town is my only easy town spot in the entire map.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of tricky between yellow and brown on this map. There's like the key yellow hexes are all the same hex. The reason why it's hard when you're brown when yellow is in the game, or it can be, is because the key hexes that brown wants on this map, there's like 3 of them, and they're all yellow, right? And so that's like F4 is a choke point, D7 is a choke point, G6 is also a choke point. F4 can be really important for brown to get southwest, particularly if like darklings aren't in the game. Like blue and black aren't in the game and you want to get over there, that's really important for late expansion. G6, like this is a nice town here, and then D7 just offers so much eastern expansion late game. And I find like when I play brown on lakes against yellow, like how many of these hexes I get directly correlates to like how strong my game is. And in this case, chickens, like you had 2 of them. And the problem with nomads is they just, because they start with 3 dwellings, that's annoying. I've even seen some games where nomads just start D4, F4, D7. Very common starting spots, right? And that's really difficult.
Oh, yeah.
When you're against fakirs, they don't start on F4, and they just fly there so quick, which is why sometimes like starting temp ship cultists makes sense to get to F4, G4 stuff, right? Like, and so it can be really difficult. So if you're sort of newer to this map and you're trying to figure out the whole brown thing, it's just like, this is a key hex, this is a key hex, this is a key hex. If you don't get any of them, you lose. If you get like 2 or 3 of them, miraculously, you win. Like it's sort of just like how quickly can you get to these hexes and which one you're going to get completely just changes the entire texture of the game and like where you're building and how quickly you're towning. Anyhow, it's just interesting map dynamics there between brown and yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And all that said, I think if I do end up getting cut off, I think Darklings just run away with the game.
Right.
Because
yeah, for sure.
Darklings very badly, and they just put up a monster score anyway. It just happened to be that my game was just already off to the start.
I mean, Nomad's blocking me on that hex like wound up being necessary for the game to be competitive, right? Because if I get a 3rd town, then like I just obliterate this game. So,
right.
Like it was like a good balancing mechanism. Unfortunately, like it is like it did wind up kind of like costing Nomads and also opening the game to cultists. So I don't know, maybe just like taking worker power and opening stronghold and just like sucking it up was a better line. I don't know. It's very tricky, right, with Nomads. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is definitely tricky. But yeah, Rainier's saying that this entire post-game discussion is every reason he dislikes this map. And it's true, like, Lakes is a very swingy map, and it's kind of like when people, like, some people don't like playing with, like, Giants or Stronghold Nomads, because they just sort of inject confusion into the game. Like, what hex they take is just going to have a huge, it's kind of random, and it's just going to sort of determine so many other things. And it's the same with lakes, like where people start and where their first spades go completely change like the entire like area of the map that people are going to play on. So it is a very like hectic kind of round one on lakes and starting placements and stuff. So anyhow, I think we probably have to wrap it up there. I realize it's 8:29 and Deragned, you have a hard stop in 1 minute. So I'm just going to thank you guys so much for coming on the stream. I really appreciate it. Come on again soon. I'd really love you guys back on the stream.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for happening again.
Very
guys.
fun game.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye for now, Deranged. I'm just going to wrap up quickly just by announcing a couple of the next open table streams that are happening. I understand some of the players might need to go, so that's totally fine. Just quickly, I'll jump over here. We've got oh yeah, that's right. This is the last Friday evening stream that I'm going to be doing for a little bit. I'm switching over to more of a Saturday afternoon kind of stream. I do have some more tables lined up later. I'll probably announce next week, just sort of firming those up. But for right now, next Saturday at noon, again, all these times are in Eastern, I've got Gino, BC Goa, and Simone B coming on, which is going to be really, really exciting. And then the following Saturday is the week where I've got Juho Snellman coming on. Zevok is playing. Did I spell his username right or probably wrong again for the 8th time? I'm not sure. And then the 4th seed is sort of TBD. I'm trying to work that out right now. So please tune in for those. And then, yeah, like I said, next Saturday I'll announce the sort of the few streams after that. So I think that's really it. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate all the chats that's been going on. It's been really awesome. I hope everyone has a really good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Bye for now, folks.